Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So recently I made a video on things in K-pop that annoy me, and for some reason a lot of people asked me to make a second part. Well, by a lot of people I mean two, but that's more people than I have friends, so Anyway, I decided to give in to semi-popular demand and make a part 2 because I thought of some more things that annoy me, and also because I'm slowly but surely running out of video ideas and my channel will soon become a virtual bin bag of recycled garbage that no one wants to watch. But hey, what's new? Quick disclaimer, because there are some really oversensitive people out there who will literally tell you to die over an opinion. I know from personal experience. This video is not intended to attack any fans or idols associated with anything I'm about to say, so please don't get too offended. This is all just for entertainment purposes and isn't to be taken too seriously, so please don't murder my family because of this video, okay? Thanks. Anyway, let's start before you guys get bored of me rambling on.
Let's kill this love. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I do watch MR removed videos from time to time, but in my opinion, they are some of the shadiest videos on the K-pop side of the internet. A lot of K-pop stans take them so seriously, and haters of certain groups take advantage of this, manipulate them to make the groups sound bad, and simultaneously start a hate bandwagon coming for the group's throats. Obviously, there are MR removed channels that are trustworthy, for example, Lima MR removed. But I once saw one of Twice from some channel, I don't remember what it was or whose channel it was, but the creator of the video clearly muted Jio's voice in basically all of her parts, and it was actually laughable how obvious it was that it was manipulated. Like, seriously, stop. If you don't like a group, just keep your mouth shut about them and go home. Nobody is forcing you to interact with them in any way. If you have to make fake videos to make them look bad, then that just shows that you're pathetic and you need to sit down and reevaluate your life choices. End of discussion, goodbye. I already mentioned this in my previous video, but I wanted to elaborate on it. If a person's voice sounds breathy or strained when they try to sing whilst dancing around, that's normal. Like, I'm no biology expert, but I do know that when you move around a lot, you need more oxygen for your muscles, so you need to breathe more. Therefore, if someone doesn't sound perfect when they're dancing around and breaking their necks, that does not make them a bad singer. And before you go and list a bunch of groups in the comments who sound like the studio version of the song even while dancing, yes, I'm aware that groups like Mamamoo and Red Velvet exist, and I think it's great that they're really stable, but that doesn't mean that all K-pop idols are obligated to sound like that. Like, seriously, some of you guys are still stuck on that MR removed video from 2018 and calling Rose from Blackpink a quote-unquote bad vocalist, when a whole masked singer performance exists, but okay. There are two types of favoritism within companies. The first is when one specific member of a group is always pushed to the forefront and given more opportunities than the other members. When I think of this, Mia from Everglow is the first person that comes to mind, particularly during Dun Dun era. Getting like triple the amount of lines as the other members is one thing, but then getting the most screen time and a whole dance break, to the point where the whole thing just feels like a Mia solo project, is another. I have absolutely nothing against Mia. I think she's extremely talented and everything. But when I first finished watching the Dun Dun music video, I remember thinking that I barely saw Onda at all. This kind of favoritism and centering is not only unfair towards the other members, but also unfair towards Mia herself, because now she deals with undeserved hate, and of course the immense amount of pressure that comes with having to carry that much responsibility on your shoulders. The other type of favoritism is when one group as a whole is clearly treated and managed better than other groups under that same company. and this is the case when it comes to Cube Entertainment. I love G-Idol and I stan them, but it is so obvious that Cube favours them over CLC, and it is so frustrating to see CLC always being screwed over. G-Idol debuted in 2018 whilst CLC debuted in 2015, 3 years before them, and yet CLC have no light stick or official colours, nor have they had a world tour. But guess who has a light stick, has official colours, and had a world tour planned, which became a virtual one due to recent events? G-Idol. CLC's last comeback was 10 months ago with a single, and there has been no news of another comeback. And since CLC's comeback, G-Idol have had 2, one of which came with 2 B-sides and an English version. Obviously, I am aware that G-Idol have more songs in general because of Soyeon's creative control, like I get that. But surely it's not that difficult for Cube to write CLC a few new songs. I know that obviously G-Idol isn't to blame for anything, I'm not saying it's their fault, but I'm saying that Cube needs to up the game when it comes to CLC. Like, it's literally got to the point where Sawn is promoting CLC better on her YouTube channel than Cube ever has done. On that note, subscribe to Produce Sawn. I love a good unpopular K-pop opinion video, and even though the trend is way overdone, I'm actually glad because there seems to be an unlimited amount of videos to watch. Unfortunately though, with the good ones come the bad ones. People seem to think that trashing a group and saying hateful things towards them is fine because it's my opinion and you're not allowed to get mad at me because I put a disclaimer at the start. Honestly though, I saw one the other day and it was just someone calling a bunch of girl groups and female idols untalented and overrated. Like, just say you hate women and move on with your life.
Hello rats and welcome to my unpopular K-pop opinion video. If you disagree you can go cry to your mama because I don't care. Number 1. Jennie is rude and lazy. I don't even know her personally and she never did anything rude, but I'm going to say she is because she doesn't smile 24/7. She is lazy because of her scandal that happened 9 years ago, which for some reason I can't get over and move on with my life lol. Number 2. BTS is very overrated. They are very stunky. Number 3. The friends burn their songs all sound the same even though I only listen to like 2, but okay. Number 4. Boy groups are so much better than the real groups. The real groups are barren and their career is way too easy. Number.
This is semi-related, not really, but I just wanted to say that I find it so irritating when I watch unpopular opinion videos where people swear in literally every sentence. Like, I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, don't swear, it's very bad and disrespectful. But when people swear every second word, it just kind of gives me the impression that they're like a 10-year-old whose friend just taught them the F word and now they're trying to be all edgy. No offense.
How you like that? You gon' like that? How you like that?
This is specifically a message to fellow Blinks. Stop arguing over who the quote-unquote most mistreated member of Blackpink is. Nobody cares whether it's Rose or Jisoo or Lisa or Jennie. I mean, no one ever says it's Jennie really, but anyway. The fact that any of them are mistreated in the first place is a problem, and it doesn't matter who the most mistreated member is. Stop making it a competition. Seriously, it's kind of gross that you guys are fighting over something like that, because it shows that you only care about victimizing your bias and you don't actually care that they aren't being treated well. Obviously, I'm not saying that all Blinks are like this. There are tons of Blinks who don't do that, but this is just a select group of Blinks who I see doing this a lot and it just bothers me.
Cause I got 날이 서 날 끊어질 chain 준비된 fight.
It doesn't really bother me when there's a lot of English in K-pop songs. It even somewhat makes me feel included in a way. But when there's an English word in literally every line, it gets kind of distracting. An example of this that I can think of is Do or Die by Alexa. Alexa is actually one of my favorite K-pop solo artists. I think she's really talented and I love the concept of like her music videos. I think it's really creative. But sometimes the excessive amounts of English in her songs it just feels a bit out of place, and I don't know, it's just a bit irritating to me.
근데 좋아요란 말을 건네 내 맘 표현하기엔 부족하네 근데 좋아요 전부 못해도
I sound like a broken record, but I cannot stress this enough. JYP is not a good company. I get that you might be a company stan in the sense that you love most of the artists under that company, but so many people like the company for the company, and they are completely blind to all the problematic things that take place under it. And I'm using JYP as an example because I'm always hearing people talking about how great JYP is, and it honestly just makes me sick because these people do not know how bad JYP is. If he cares so much about his idols and trainees' mental health, why would he allow Jio to get body shamed and even enforce the idea that she needed to lose weight when she was perfectly healthy? Keep in mind that when he did that, she was 19 and he was in his 40s. That is just disgusting. If he cares so much about his idols and trainees' mental health, why would he allow Momo to get pressured into losing a large amount of weight in 1 week to the point where she was only eating ice cubes?
그러니까 7kg를 그러니까 무조건 빼야 된대. 빼야 그 쇼케이스를 쓸 수 있대. 그래가지고
근데 7kg 다시 찌면 어떡해?
쪄버렸지. 근데 그때까지
쇼케이스 전까지
해야 되니까 날짜가 있었어. 그 날짜가 있었는데 그 날짜까지 진짜 안 먹고 아무것도 안 먹고 진짜 침대에 누워 있는 이렇게 침대에 있고 자려고 하잖아. 뭔가 못 일어날 것 같아서 무서워서 눈물이 나는 거야 갑자기.
일주일 동안 아예 안 먹었어?
진짜
아무것도?
얼음 하나 이런 거. 진짜 얼음 하나. 근데 이거 먹어도 진짜 살찔 것 같은 거야.
If he cares so much about his idols and trainees' mental health, why would he underpromote his boy groups and instead overwork twice to the point where Jungyeon was literally crying on a live stream about how tired she was because of the tight schedules? But no, JYP's an angel, okay, like honestly I feel like people say that he cares so much about his idol's mental health and they're like, oh yeah, because he gave Mina a break when she was struggling from anxiety. That's not something to praise him for, that's literally just necessary, that's the bare minimum. I think people think he's alright because he's not as bad as YG and SM, but that doesn't mean he's not bad. Like, well, I say he, but I'm not really referring to JYP himself, I just mean as a whole company. Anyway guys, that's going to be it for this video. I'm sorry for getting so heated at points, but it's a video about things that annoy me, so it was kind of difficult not to. If you enjoyed this, feel free to drop a like and check out my other videos if you want to, as well as leaving some of your own K-pop pet peeves in the comments section, because I'm very nosy and I have nothing better to do with my life than read those comments. Anyway, thanks so much for watching and I hope you have a great day. Bye.